Nintendo has finally revealed the NX, now known as the Switch, thanks to a 3.5-minute trailer that shows off just what it can do. And since its unveiling, more details have come to light. So, let's take a closer look at this new system and see exactly what the Switch has to offer. The trailer begins by showing that it can be played like any other console, but the major difference is that the main console is actually the unit with the LCD screen. The dock is mainly there to provide a way to play the console on a TV, as well as charging and powering it. But we think that when the console is connected to the dock, a green light will be on that helps indicate that it can be used with the TV. At least, it seems that way thanks to this TV-like icon that can just barely be seen when zoomed in. There are also 2 ports on the side near this light, which are likely USB ports. And in the short shot of the system from above, we can see the power and HDMI cords entering the back of the dock. Finally, a later moment from the trailer shows that there are 2 rubber cushions inside the dock itself to help snugly secure the console. Returning to the original scene, it also better shows the Joy-Con controller when connected to the grip. Like the dock, the grip will have a green light that indicates when the Joy-Cons are connected. When the left Joy-Con is removed, its light goes out while the right Joy-Con's light stays on. Again, it serves as an easy way to see that everything is properly connected. But you may notice that there's 4 of these lights along either side, likely meant to show which player you are when gaming with friends. These lights also show that there's a little bit of trickery going on here. As the man goes to remove the Switch console from the dock, his hand blocks the green light, so we can't see at what point it turns off. However, the trailer doesn't show the TV switching to the console until it's been fully removed from the dock. Based on everything we've seen, we'd guess the switch happens as soon as the console has been removed from the actual connector. It just looks better to do it this way in the trailer. With that in mind, let's take a closer look at the console itself. Along the top is the cartridge slot, and we even get a look at what the cartridges will look like. While it's difficult to say for sure, they appear to be slightly longer and thicker than a 3DS cartridge, but again, that may be due to the perspective. What we do know is that there's a cover for the cartridge slot similar to the SD card slot on the 3DS. It's clearly marked with the words Game Card. Next to the game card is the headphone jack, while the middle features what may be an exhaust vent to help with cooling the console. On the other side of that is the power button along with the volume control. The angle also shows that the console could be about twice as thick as a tablet or around as thick as a finger. But moving to the front, a close-up shows what we believe are the console's speakers, although there doesn't seem to be much else of note. The back of the Switch console reveals that it has a kickstand for easy display, though we can also see depressions. While we can't be certain, this may serve as a way to further secure the console in the dock. Unfortunately, we didn't get a look at the bottom of the system, though we believe that's where the dock connector will be. One thing that is not here though is a stylus. Could it just not be shown, or is its absence a sign of no touch controls? Or could the touch controls be more in line with modern tablets? In any case, we see that there seems to be another kind of dock for the Switch, which is specifically designed to support it in the car and attaches to the headrest. We doubt this accessory comes with the system though. That brings us to the Joy-Con controller and its many configurations. For starters, the left and right Joy-Cons both possess an analog stick, 4 face buttons, 2 shoulder buttons, and either the plus or minus button along with a home button on the right Joy-Con, while the left Joy-Con has a button with no defining symbol. This could either be a kind of sync button or a share button as many believe, but there's no way to say conclusively. It could be something completely new that Nintendo will reveal later. The Joy-Cons can be used with the grip, which we saw earlier, which creates a kind of standard controller, but they don't need the grip. The trailer clearly shows that they can be attached to the console itself or even be used without it, similar to holding 2 small Wii remotes. But how are they powered? Do they draw a charge from the console and grip, or do they have a battery? Questions that just can't be answered for now. But we do see that the Joy-Cons can be used for multiplayer with each person using one on its side. They're small, but they do contain enough buttons and control to play Mario Kart and even basketball thanks to this method. This scene even shows that different Switches can link together to play the same game and use each Joy-Con for up to 4-player multiplayer. Finally, we believe there's a small switch near the shoulder buttons that releases the Joy-Cons when attached to either the grip or the console, though we can't quite clearly see them. One final thing to note though is how Amiibos are shown next to the system, which hints at Amiibo support. IGN was able to ask a Nintendo representative about this, and they responded that if a Nintendo Switch game supports Amiibo, then the home gaming system will as well, meaning that Amiibos will continue for now. It makes sense considering the big push of Zelda Breath of the Wild Amiibos that are still coming. We do have to give special mention to the Switch's logo though. It's a nice design that not only shows how the Joy-Con controllers work, but brings to mind the symbol for yin and yang, especially with the coloring and analog thumbs. This may be on purpose as the Switch is combining the separate ideas of consoles and handhelds into one unit. But that's everything we could see of the Nintendo Switch. It's a console with a lot of potential, though there are still quite a few questions surrounding it. What do you think about the system so far though? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching and be sure to subscribe to Game Explained for more on the Switch and other things gaming.